You're listening to the Rodney Anderson Radio Show, right here on 1190 AM.
Housing prices are going up.
Here they are.
And I will tell you, it is crazy. I mean, here's what I did yesterday. And, I mean, I got a lot of loans in yesterday. But, I mean, what's happening is people don't understand the value of a lender. Because yesterday I talked to listing agent after listing agent that had multiple offers on properties. And they would call up and say, I presented a contract by somebody that you have pre-approved. The contract says closing April 21st. Can you tell me a little bit about them? I'm like, yes. They have great credit. I have verified their income, their assets, everything. I have all their documentation. I can close a purchase in 8 to 10 days. And if you're a listing agent and you hear that, and by the way, I've been doing this for about 30 years now and done about 40,000 mortgages, so I know I'm qualified.
So.
And people are like, what? And yeah, and all of a sudden those people got the house.
Yep.
And it was time and time again.
So that's how you're getting people houses.
But what's going on right now is so many people are so frustrated right now. And they're just putting things on hold. And the thing they're saying to themselves is, why don't I just remodel my current house because I can't find another house?
That's right. That's what Steven Sardone always says. You know, so many people want to do that cash out refi. They don't want someone else's house. They want their home, but it's not livable anymore for whatever reason. The family's grown, the family's shrunk, there's a blended family, someone else has moved in, whatever. So Steven Sardone of Sardone Construction is joining us now on the line to talk about home remodeling. Hi, Steven.
Hey, Steven. So things have got to be booming for you, man.
Yeah, it's great. You know, as you know, people are having a hard time finding inventory. They are excited about what they can sell their house for. But then they're like, oh, but now I have to buy something else. And, you know, what we can help them with, what we, you know, encourage them is to take that extra money you might be spending to buy this new house and just work with what you got. You probably already love your neighborhood, which is what we find a lot.
Yeah, they don't want to move into another neighborhood. So do you find people are saying, okay, this is the house that we wanted and we lost it in a bid, and this is what we were attracted to. How can you make our house more livable because this is the features we liked in the house that we could not buy?
Yes, I mean, we hear that story over and over and over again. You know, multiple offers, multiple above asking, and, you know, unfortunately, they were only the second person there instead of the first, or whatever. Time and time again, I guess it can be very frustrating for people trying to buy a new house right now.
Okay, so when you go in and consult somebody, what kind of things what are the buzzwords we should be asking a contractor like you? What should we be prepared to get from you, the information?
Well, you know, everybody wants to know what's it going to cost.
Yeah, money.
So I pull out my magic wand and I tell them.
Yeah.
But, you know, it really depends on, I tell them we have to start with a couple things. First of all, why are we remodeling? This is the most important thing because when it comes down and you're going to have to write that $135,000 check, you need to be able to go back and remember why you're here. So why is the most important thing. And what we find is families are growing or families are downsizing. They're cramped. They're embarrassed to have friends over. These are the big ones. These are the big whys that encourage people to go ahead and invest in their home.
I think that you said it right there. I'm embarrassed to have my friends over.
Yeah, the pride.
Yeah, and you're right. And for families, for Thanksgivings, for holiday parties, for birthday parties, and everything else, you know, you don't want to have, you know, Amy, you have a young child, right?
I do.
5 years old. Okay, and you got to go to birthday parties all the time.
Right.
If you lived in a hellhole that needed to be updated and all that, would you really want to have your friends over?
No, not at
So
all.
everybody in the group is having the friends over, but you as a mom and potentially you as a dad out there, you're having it at Chuck E. Cheese. And Chuck E. Cheese is a cool place, but they don't sell beer anymore.
Yes, they do.
Do they really?
Wait, I got beer at Chuck E. Cheese, by the way. Okay, so what they do, because they don't want a bunch of drunk parents around, I hate that I know this, but I do.
Oh, my God.
You have to give your license, and you're only allowed to buy one beer an hour. So,
1 hour?
yes, so that Because they don't, which is smart, because they
That's
don't want a
smart.
bunch of inebriated
It's a good
butt
idea.
heads running around Chuck E. Cheese. So we would always try to cheat the system somehow, me and my friends.
gosh.
Okay, that's embarrassing. Okay, Steven Sardone. Okay, so that's the key thing. We want our home space to be livable space, and it's affecting every aspect of your personal and social relationships if your home is not livable space, because it makes you isolated. You might not have those Thanksgivings at your house or those birthday parties. So that's, I'm sure you hear that a lot. We want more entertaining space, more livable space.
And the other thing is, but you also need to know what value, the areas that Stephen does his construction in, you're going to gain a lot of value. If you add square footage to your home, you're going to add value. Some of these neighborhoods that Stephen does work in, I mean, it's $150 to $200 a square foot. So you put a room addition on that's 400 square foot or 600 square foot, your comps go way up, your value goes way up, as long as you're not overdoing it for the neighborhood. But a lot of people on these, they're not doing tear downs all the way. They're adding square footage of 600, 1,000 square foot. We're seeing where people are taking one-level houses and building them into two-level houses, but they want their lot. And, I mean, that's one of the things that brings value to properties. Wouldn't you say, Stephen?
Absolutely. I think it's a unique time. For the first time in most good neighborhoods in Dallas, which most are, you can build a really nice custom addition, and dollar to dollar, it's costing you less to build a custom addition than it is, and it sells for more when you sell it. So you're building for $150 a foot, and you're selling for $200 a foot right there. So you're getting the value, you're getting the bigger house, and you're investing in your house again. I've never really seen it like this. It's kind of an amazing, like magical time for everybody with a home to invest in their home and immediately see the return.
So do you ever have to talk people out of doing really crazy jacked up stuff to their house? Because people have like some grandiose ideas.
We had a client over in the M Street, and they had talked to a number of builders, and they said, we're adopting like 2 kids this month. We need a second story. And we looked at it, and I went out there with the architect, and we took an engineer, and we evaluated, you can't have a second story on this house. Like, it's not possible. The foundation is in too bad a shape. And the house, it really just needed to be scraped. It would not support a second addition. But yeah, we have to have some, and I had a pregnant lady call us the other day who wanted to start construction right away, and I said, this isn't really a good time since you're in the first trimester. You don't want a lot of these fumes and the off-gassing going on.
Yeah, I love your consulting pregnant women because we're nuts when we're pregnant. We think like we start nesting and we're like, we need to tear everything up now.
Speaking from experience.
And that's really not so fun for us to deal with either. So maybe that's where I was motivated.
Yeah.
Right.
And Stephen, where do you mainly, which areas of town do you mainly work in?
Our office is at Walnut Hill and 75, and we try to keep about a 5 to 10 mile radius from there.
Yep. I call it, when you're putting upgrades in your house and you're doing something, most people want something that is their neighbors don't have or their family doesn't have. Yeah. They got to have some of the ego in there, right, Stephen?
Yeah, and they want it to be theirs. They want it to be unique to their life, their experience, their family. And that will automatically set them apart from the house next door.
I call it super sexy cool.
Super sexy cool.
Super sexy cool.
Rodney wants to put a stripper pole in his house for exercise.
No,
for exercise.
Yeah, I could just see Jade up there.
I could. She's hot.
Yeah, she is hot, but no.
Get yourself up on that pole.
Okay, maybe I want it in my house.
Yeah.
I was projecting.
Have you ever put a stripper pole in somebody's house, Stephen?
No comment.
I bet he has. Oh my God. It was a big trend like with the past 5 years when all those fitness classes came out.
Right?
Yeah.
My daughter's a good mom now, and she's not into that, but in her old apartment, her and Lewis, I had to go, they lived in the building next to us in the old days, and I went into my daughter's place, and she had a dang stripper pole. No, and she didn't work. No, she worked for me, okay, and I know what she did, okay?
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, I like this for exercise and all that. I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
All right.
We just took a left turn without a blinker. Sorry, Stephen.
All right, Stephen, where does everybody find you at, sir?
The Google, SardoneConstruction.com.
Good old Google.
Good old Google.
All right, thanks, Stephen. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys. Always a blast.
All right, thanks, sir.
Bye-bye.
Stephen.
All right.